Okay, welcome back then to the second lesson on Pythagoras. Sorry, just a simple pen here. This works, yeah. Lesson 2, finding the short side. Okay, so if you haven't watched the previous lesson on finding the long side, do that first. Okay, because without that, you're going to struggle with this one. So first example, you'll notice that this is almost the same example as the previous lesson, but I want to show you that it actually works. So I got to find side x, okay? And if we remember that we label the sides first of all, because remember the theorem is a squared add b squared equals c squared. And this would be c in this case. All right, I call the bottom b, and I'm going to call this one a. So see, in this case, we've been asked to find a shorter side, not the hypotenuse, okay? But the theorem never changes. It's always a squared add b squared equals c squared. And at the moment, see, like, I can't work out a squared, all right? But I can work out b squared is 64. And I can actually work out c squared, which is 10 squared, which is 100. All right, and remember, something now plus 64 is 100. Well, you can either count on or with a calculator or in your head, if you do 100 take away 64, you get 36. Okay, so we know, don't we, that a squared is 36. And as usual, all right, we want to find a. So the root 36 would be 6 centimeters. Remember, this actually was called x. So x would actually be 6 centimeters. And you'll notice this is the same as the first example from the previous video. All right, if you don't believe me, go and check that out to prove that it works. Okay, example 2. Perhaps pause the video and have a go at this one, and then come back to us. Okay, welcome back then. So here's my labels, C, B, A. So again, A squared, B squared gives you C squared. A squared, I can do is 12 squared is 144. B squared, I don't know yet. C squared is 13 squared, which is 169, okay? And 144 plus something is 169. Well, again, either count on or take them away, and you get that you need 25 there to make the sum work. So b squared equals 25. So that means that b is root 25, which is 5 centimeters. This was called f. So f is 5 centimeters. Easy peasy. Last one then. Oh, this triangle's upside down, but it doesn't matter too much, does it? All right, just remember that the hypotenuse is always the side that doesn't touch the right angle. So this is the hypotenuse here. That'll be my base if the triangle is right way up, and this would be a. So a squared add b squared equals c squared. So a squared is 10 squared, which is 100. I don't know b squared, but c squared is 27 squared, which is 729. So 100 plus something is 729. Well, hopefully it's pretty obvious, really, isn't it? If you do 729, sorry, take away 100, that is 629. So b squared equals 629. So b is the root of 629. And again, this one I have to go on the calculator because 69 is not a square number. 25.08 meters to 2dp. Remember, this was called g. Okay, done. So the main task now, okay, is here. So pause the video now, have a go. And I will put the answers on the next slide. Perhaps I'll just make sure this is nice and centered. Okay, so make sure that's you pause the video now. Okay, have a go at the main task. Once you're done, come back to us. Okay, any answers that are not whole numbers here, round the 2 decimal places, please. Okay, so good luck to you. Come back to us shortly. Okay, so here's the answers for the main task. Make sure you mark them, all right, by pausing the video, and then let's get on to the checking question. Right, So an isosceles triangle has base 4.4 meters and slant height 2.21 meters. Find the area of the triangle. Okay, so perhaps I'll go on the next page. Nice blank slide, I think. I will do, yeah. If ever I get something like this, all right, I'll always turn the text into a picture first of all. So it's got base 4.4. What else did it say? Slant height 2.21 meters. So the slant height, this is an isosceles triangle, so that's going to be 2.21. And so is that as well, okay, because it's isosceles. These two sides are the same. And I've got to find the area of the triangle. Well, remember, okay, the area of an area of a triangle, remember, is the base times the vertical height, not the slant height, okay? Base times vertical height divided by 2. So I can see that I need to find the vertical height of this triangle, which is that there. And hopefully we can see that this is lucky for us. Now it's nice because I can split this triangle into 2 right-angled triangles, okay, and work on them separately. So I think I'll work on the left-hand triangle. I'll redraw this left-hand triangle, all right, dashed line and everything, like this, look. This is 2.21 meters here. This is a right angle. And my goal really is to find this. So I'll call it X, all right, because that's the vertical height. That's what I need. This base, hopefully you can see, is going to be half of 4.4, which is 2.2 meters. Okay, so look at this triangle now. I got C, B, A. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. A squared, I don't know yet, do I? Pardon me. B squared is 2.2 squared, which is 4.84. And then C squared is 2.21 squared, which is going to be quite nasty. I don't know this one off by heart, sorry. 4.8841. 4.8841. No probs. And remember, these two added together gives us this. So to find this, remember, I'll just do, let me put a separator here. Okay, to find this, I'll just do 4.8841, take away 4.84. So take away 4.84, and I get 0.0041. 0.0441. So I'll come up here now, okay? So C squared, it's not C squared, sorry, A squared, my fault. A squared is 0.0441. So A is the root of this quantity. I think it will be actually quite a nice answer looking at it. It is, yes, 0.21 meters. And that's bang on. Actually, remember this was X, wasn't it? Okay, as well. So now I know that this X here is the vertical height. That's 0.21, and that's also 0.21. So remember the area now of the whole triangle is the base, which is 4.4, times the vertical height divided by 2. So 4.4 times 0.21 gives you that there, and then divided by 2. I'll do it all in one line with my fraction button. You get 0.462. Remember, it's an area, so it's going to be meters squares. All right. I mean, if you want, you can go to 2dp. You call it 0.46 meters squares to 2dp if you want. But you know, if it's a nice decimal like this, I don't mind leaving it like this. Okay. So I'll stop there, and then lesson 3 in the sequence will be on solving problems using Pythagoras. So come back to that for us. All right. So come back to us for that, and I'll see you next time. Nice one.